Facebook events page here. It says bands, not bands, and it is a fundraiser for Arkansas Abortion Support Network. And it says we're excited to team up with the Arkansas Abortion Support Network for a powerful night of live music and fundraising for reproductive justice. And we got performances by the Wild Onions and Stonehaven and Jupiter's Flytrap. I got a couple of songs by Jupiter's Flytrap on my list that I will play. You guys care to make any comments about such a heavy subject?
Oh my God, I would love to. What a special thing to talk about. Yeah. So, I'm personally trying to get pregnant, but Tracey and I, we've had this kind of conversation a lot because she doesn't want to have kids. I personally, just because I'm trying to have kids doesn't mean that I'm going to want her to. I think that's because we live in the Bible Belt. It seems like such a sticky situation.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because, like, why bring a kid into this world if you don't want to, you know?
I just think that the government shouldn't have any control over what we choose to do with our bodies.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Yes, I understand, like, you know, it shouldn't be taken advantage of, you know, that there's certain situations that come into play that have
don't
to be
get me started on the
and,
foster system.
and you shouldn't be, you know, how about there's lots of things.
I'm
trying not to be.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they're
doing
doing
that.
Hannah.
Remember?
I know. I'm so glad they're doing that show. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the current state in Arkansas right now? You have to go to another state, or
pretty much.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And people get caught doing that, or do they track people, or?
I'm not sure.
You know, because I've heard crazy things about
and,
that. Yeah, that is just absolutely crazy.
But
man.
I also think,
somebody said Bible Belt a while ago. I think that might have something to do with it.
Just as much as
part of the norm.
We should protect our rights to do that, but also let's get better education so that way maybe we don't have to use that as a resource.
And the misinformation that is, indoctrinated into our kids. I went to a private school growing up, so I was put through this like abstinence by choice BS, and I still have my V card. that I had to have 5 chicks sign as witnesses, quote unquote, like witness me swearing my virginity.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know it.
Pretty serious.
And there were like these actors that were like, college kids that came in with the roses, and then they like did this whole skit in front of us, and it was like boys versus girls, and we were just girls, and then we had to like see all of these STD infested genitals.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Genital Wednesday. And then the roses, and then they like do the whole speed up into the altar, and then her rose is all beat up. Oh, I don't want your rose. It's all messed up. And then it's like rewind, and then she doesn't have sex.
You by trauma?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
That sounds productive. Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-dum-bum. Bible Belt.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen those same type of things with fathers and daughters, and where the daughters are promising to their dads and just the whole thing is so creepy.
Women being technically property.
That's what it all boils down to here, I think, is men who are in charge of making the decisions don't see women as
not going to go down without a fight.
Being
they won't.
People with their own autonomy and their own,
Yeah.
And then so many of them don't ever think about it at all until it is, until it comes down to that.
Problem.
What if it was your wife, or what if it was your daughter, or like,
well,
hey, what if it was a person, just a person?
I think that's what it all boils down to with every subject. If you want to talk about like how much hate there is in the world, it's really just people not understanding another person's struggle until it's their own struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Maybe it's an American thing. Maybe it's a humanity thing. I don't know. Either way, it would be really cool if we could just be able to take care of our own bodies. Like, tampons have not changed in 100 years. Yeah. There's chemicals being pumped into us at all times. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Why
haven't we gotten men birth control yet?
For real?
Right.
Come on.
I would have signed up for that.
No kidding.
Day one.
I saw something somewhere. I see stuff on Facebook or whatever, and I saw something that said if men took birth control, it would be free and taste like bacon.
Mm-hmm. And you could buy it at any gas station.
And then the end of the world would come, because nobody would be having kids.
Right, but have you had bacon, though?
But if you had bacon. I'm sorry, you said bacon?
Well, back when, I'll just tell you another story because I could talk about this all day. So when my mom was pregnant with me, she would go to the Little Rock Abortion Clinic to hold up big, giant, like umbrellas or something to help the gals walk in without having to deal with the protesters. And this one protester stopped her, and she was like, "What are you thinking? Like, you're pregnant yourself. How could you do this?" She goes, "The key word, ladies, is choice."
Oh, heck yeah, Mom.
And I was like, "Dang, Mom."
Eloquent shutdown.
Well, and
at least she didn't get a tomato thrown at her. But, dude, it is brutal out there.
Yeah, it is. I think all boys should be fixed when they're 13.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think that's the answer. And if I was a woman, I would probably freeze a bunch of eggs and get fixed.
It's so expensive, dude. It's like you got to pay rent. It's like $100 a month to keep your eggs frozen.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, I'm learning so much right now. We're going through IUI.
It's a sperm bank free though.
Probably.
Probably free, right? So make all the boys
tastes like
do your
bacon.
donations, get snip snip.
Jeez.
When the day comes, we'll go down there and get your little, sample.
Snip snap, snip snap.
How many guys are actually taking care of their kids
Or themselves.
Yeah. I knew someone who got an abortion just because she was like, I'm not having a kid from that guy.
Yeah.
And you should be able to make that decision.
That's what's made my decision.
Girls are getting raped at
it's just like
13.
I'm not trying to bring a kid into the world if I don't have a stable relationship. And
right.
Or a child. Is a child having a child?
A nice support system. I mean.
Yeah, right.
You're just destined to fail.
Right.
It's a big responsibility.
Bringing in all these kids and putting them through the foster system, and they aren't even given a single chance to make it. So, like, why not just give a woman an option? Shoot.
If the government's going to come up and say you don't get a choice, then they need to have a program where they take every unwanted child.
That means that we have to have a program. That means we have to have money funding a program to take care of our people. What do you mean?
Right. They're just going to say,
who's going to pay for that? Not my taxes.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. All right. So anyway.
We could get real.
Yeah, we could talk about that for the rest of the
hour. You want to get mad?
No problem. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of songs by Jupiter's Flytrap that's going to be playing at that fundraiser for reproductive justice. And this is happening on Thursday night at Sticky's if you want to go be a part of that and make a donation because that's what the money's going for. And, so this is a song called Honey Honey by Jupiter's Flytrap. And you heard it right here on 88.3, the voice of the people.